Before we say anything, do you see a 10k somewhere over there? I just hit 10k on YouTube. 10,000 on YouTube. Okay, let me take a moment. Good. So everyone, welcome back to Bohemian. This is Iran here, and I am so grateful that you're watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please join our family. When I was in 6th or 7th, I saw one of my relative who is a very close relative of mine being trapped in a very toxic marriage, very abusive marriage, but couldn't get out of that just because she can't afford a living. If she got divorced, there is no other place that she can go. She has no job, she has no earning of her own, she has no savings, and her parents' home, she won't be accepted there anymore because she is married, and married women don't stay in their home, right? I saw her suffer to her core just because one thing, money. She did not have a single penny to call her own, so she had to stay in that marriage, and she is still in that marriage, and it is really suffocating to see. Not just one person's story. I'm so sure that you might also have some kind of characters that strike you like, I, no matter what, will not end up like that. I don't want to be in her position. And that is the exact reason why we, especially girls, start earning and be financially independent as early as possible. That is the exact thing that we are going to cover in this video. In this video, I am going to talk about how I start earning, what is the first salary that I got, how did I get that job, what is my current source of income, and how can you get that as well. And whatever I'm saying here, it's truly from my experience. I have gone through all of these steps. These all are not just stories, it's my life experiences. But before getting into the video, there are actually two things that I want to say. I truly want to look good and presentable, but this is the only hairstyle that I can afford in this heat. I'm shooting this at like 3 p.m. in front of my window, and the sun is gonna blaze at me after some time. So this is the only hairstyle that I can afford, guys. Sorry. And the sounds that you're hearing from above, it's my annoying fan who is very noisy. I know. Unfortunately, my room doesn't have AC. My dad is a middle class man, so you have to little bit adjust. I'm spilling my wisdom. Okay, consider this as my fee. Now you know what was my motivation to earn, to have money and everything. And not only just that, if there is one thing that I want to have, like eyeliners or makeup, in my teenage years I would have loved to try out these things, but I didn't have any of them. I think for a long time I just used powder and eyeliner. First of all, I wasn't that interested in that. Second, even though I was a little bit interested, I did not want to ask my dad for the cash. Him and my mom, both of them were working their ass off to their two children, going to school and buy us stuff and provide for us in a very neat way. So I did not want to add an extra burden on them. So there were a lot of things that I sacrificed just because I did not like to ask them, dad, can I have some cash to buy this, or like I want to go on this trip with my class, can I go? I did not I could not fathom the thought to ask him. If I was given a job offer when I was in 10th, I would gladly take it. So I was googling, YouTube is everything. YouTube was like my everything at that time. So I used to look for the teeny jobs that we can do, but luckily I didn't fall for many scams. Sit at home, we'll pay you $500 for every message you send. So I did not fall for that scam. So what I did was, I was really focused on improving my skills. I knew I can speak well, I knew I can host events and everything. So I was focusing on that. I was trying to improve my skills, my speaking skills, the way I can be more presentable at stage and everything. I was working on that skill, at the same time practicing in front of my mirror, but I was still not getting any offers or anything like that. This was back in the year when I was in 11th or anything. Only thing that I had my mind to work was anchoring, hosting events. The only information that I had is like weddings. I had only seen professional people come and host events on wedding, but the problem is I don't know whom to ask, whom to approach. Should I walk around the auditoriums of many weddings and ask the people and give them my number, or I did not know what to do. And there was only limited things that we can do as a 11th class, and my family at that time was very strict. I was not allowed to see the daylight after 6 p.m. And what happened is that at that time, my high school, my best friend, we both had the same mindset to work. We both were so interested and so ambitious and so determined to make money as early as possible. Have these amazing conversations about money making, communication skills, investing, SIPs, mutual funds. We were talking about buying Bitcoin with literally coins in our pocket. Luckily, one of his cousin brothers ran an event management agency, so they would host corporate events, they would host weddings and everything, and also they were a part of management of the ISL, which is Indian Super League, which is basically football. You might know what ISL is. Whenever ISL happened in Kochi, by the way, I'm from Kochi, this company, Advait's brothers company, would provide hostesses and bouncers and workers for doing all the stuff there. So my friend recommended me to his brother, and they were gladly, if you're free, please do come. I waited for the home match of Kerala Blasters, and one day it was Kerala Blasters match on Kalur. There was a host there for the VIP section. I was in the ticketing, so basically my job is to check whether the ticket is actually VIP and give them the band. So that was it. So this was my first job. I was literally a ticketing host at the ISL. Per day I got 1250 rupees for that. So at that time it was a very big amount for me, like a very, very, very huge amount for me. Work started from basically I have to be there at 3 o'clock in the stadium. We would dress up, do our makeup, and get our briefing and everything. It would be allocated in whichever areas. There are VIP sections, VVIP sessions, and some other sessions and everything. We have to start working from about 5:30 or something. I don't clearly remember, 5:30 or 6, until the match is over. Not just over, everyone have to leave. Every single audience has to leave. Then we can come back to our green room, change, and then leave. So basically it would be standing at the counter from 5 o'clock to maybe 10 o'clock or 9:30 or anything. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it was basically 6 hours of standing there. We would occasionally get chairs and to sit and everything while the match is there, but this was the plight of that. But I am not complaining. I am so happy that I did that job. It was a very new experience. It was my first job. I got some money from that. Got my first lipstick, that is Swiss Beauty Hot Cherry. That's my first lipstick. Here I have to say thank you to my father, who allowed me to come back home at midnight, because the match ends at 9:30 ish, and then we get unready, remove our makeup, get back into our normal clothes and leave. And I reach home about when it's about 11:30, 12 ish. So my father came every single day from home to the metro station to pick me up and came back home with me, and I am so grateful that he allowed me to do that, and he allowed his daughter to make some money at the age of 17 or 16. And that's one thing about the first job. When you're getting your first job, don't think about the salary, don't think about what you're going to do there. Just go and see what the experience is, because now I know what happens behind the scenes of ISL. See your first job, or see every single job that you do as a learning opportunity, as something that you can get something from it other than money. Of course the money is there, of course money matters, even though experience comes a lot higher. And keep in mind, all of this time I was still doing content. Okay, I was not reaching anywhere, but every single day I was posting online. I was doing all of my content stuff there while getting some small amount of money from the little jobs that I can do. And then one of the jobs that I did was when I was in my vacation during 12th. After my 12th boards, we have some time to get to our colleges and everything. At that time, one of my neighbors in my hometown, he had a grandchild and he wanted me to take tuitions for him. So I had really good marks, and if you come to my hometown and ask Anne Sarah Lewis, they would not tell you, or they would not recognize me. But if you ask them, who is that very studious, very partypist, that insanely study, very much attitude holding girl, they would point right towards me. You will have the correct address to my house. Everyone in my neighborhood knew that I would really study hard. One of the main reasons is I would study loud. When I'm studying, I like to say it out loud. So every single neighbor would know what is the chemical formula of glucose. And we agreed for 500 rupees a month, which is still a pretty good amount for teaching a 6-year-old, 7-year-old. I don't think that's way that's way too bad. But that didn't last really long. I think I had only taken tuitions for him for like, I think 2 weeks or maybe 1.5 weeks. After that, I got placed into a faraway college, which is the college that I'm studying right now. Tutoring him is practically impossible, so I had to stop there as well. So that is the second job that I did. The third job that I did was anchoring. My friends, one of my close friends' sister was getting married, and we were already invited to that wedding, but the last minute the MC didn't came. The MC wasn't available, or something happened with the MC thing, and the event management did not knew what to do. And my friend rang me up and said that, hey Anne, you're coming to the wedding, right? I'm saying, yeah, I'm coming to the wedding, but
so sorry for the drilling because my home's gate is getting fixed, so that's the noise that you're hearing. Please don't mind it.
can you come a little bit early to the wedding because our MC is missing, can you please do the MC? And I was like, okay, count me in, because I love doing that. At that time, it was like really a passion for me. That is one of the most amazing events that I had I had hosted multiple events with zero money in return, with no remuneration or anything like that. This event, I did not expected any kind of remuneration, and especially he was a very good friend of mine, so I did not want a single penny. And I really enjoyed doing that. I was very good that evening, but I got paid, got about 2.5k for that, a very short, simple hosting, and I was over the moon for that. Not because of the money, but I did a good job. All of these were temporary, but that time I completely focused on my content creation. I put my heart and soul into what I did, to every video that I make, to every edit that I did. But still, I was not having any big amount of followers or any money coming from this. I was not getting paid for any of my videos, and it was completely a passion, just a random girl doing random stuff, and that was all that mattered. Months passed by. When I was in my mid first year, one of my videos randomly went viral. I was getting a lot of followers, and then I continued to hit millions. Like every day I was hitting millions, and I did not know what the hell was happening, but it felt good. The views were coming, the followers were coming, and I was happy. First time in my life, a popular renowned brand approached me and asked me if you are interested in doing a collaboration. And I was like, yeah, what do you think? They were asking for a barter collab, and this was when I had 10k followers. So I agreed. I did them a good job. Of course, I did not get paid for that. It was a barter collab. I think you know what barter means. Barter is basically they send us the products, we do them the video, but we were not getting any money or any kind of things from that. So that was what had happened for a very long time. Then I was like, you know what? I am done with barters. From now on, I do not want collabs if they are not ready to pay me. If they're not ready to pay for the video that they're getting none. When I was about 25k or 30k, I got another message from these brands, and they were interested in working with me, and I said a really good deal. Luckily, to my surprise, that they said yes. They were like, fine, we are fine with that. They negotiated a bit, but it was fine with them. So a pretty good amount for an 18-year-old at that time. That was the first 5-figure money that I ever had. And slowly I started increasing my prices, and brands were interested in working with me. I curated my content in such a way that it's authentic, at the same time it's appealing to brands. It's just that I do not have to ask my parents for buying me lipstick. That's pretty much how I started earning money. This is the real story behind my financial independence. And now what you see is a 19-year-old financially independent, doing all her things by her own, not depending on her parents, getting really good money from brands and everything, and she's out living her life. But what you didn't see was a 16-year-old embarrassing herself every single day by her post, by her video, by her lame and not so high view getting videos and everything, but still choosing to do that every single day. One of the biggest things that I want to tell in this video, especially to the young people here, is that start early. start as soon as possible. Start today. I thought, like, I'm just 16. What do I know about life? What do I know about experience? I do not know how to properly edit a video. I don't know how to speak in front of a camera. I do not have any resources. And when I started social media, I did not have a phone to call my own. So I had a lot of obstacles around me saying no. Still, I posted videos. Still, I did that. And that's the exact reason that led me here. That led me the independence at 19. Either you can struggle early and have a more relaxed life, or you can relax now or choose the hard life later. So, my lovey doveys, that's how I started earning, and this is my earning journey and the things that I wanted to tell you guys about. I hope today's video helped you in some way. And if you're a teenager or a young person like me, I hope you get good money, I hope you get abundance, and I hope that you have tons of money and live an amazing Adiboli life. Tell me your thoughts in the comments and suggestions for the next video. Okay, so guys, that's it for today's video. I love you guys so much, and you are my lovey dovey. See you on the next one. Mwah. Bye.